Mission Christian Radio presents Timothy, Faithful Servant by Maureen Long. Episode 1, Greek and Jew.
I have always kept a diary, and now I feel I must share with you some of the wonderful things that have happened in my family life. As I reread some of the pages, the events come alive for me. Eunice, mother of Timothy, friend and companion of St. Paul, now a Christian leader himself. I remember the day I met my husband, a handsome Greek who swept me off my feet and captured my heart and my lifelong devotion. It was a real case of love at first sight. I was a young and quite a serious person, and I'd never before been attracted to a young man. Most of the ones I knew were Jewish, like my family, and I could talk to them about the faith for hours. But had never been in love before. I ran home full of excitement to tell my mother Lois about this wonderful man. Mother, where are you? I eventually found her sitting in the sun, sewing. Mother, what's it like to be in love?
That's not what I thought you were going to say. Now what's happened?
Mother, I went down to watch young Jacob practising for the races, and there was this lovely athlete practising for the games. He is so handsome and so kind, and we were talking for so long that I forgot to eat my lunch. He wants to meet me again, and I never felt like this about anyone before.
Calm down, child. I'm trying to take this all in. You say you couldn't stop talking to him?
Yes, he knows my life story now. And he told me all about himself and his family and everything. He is so clever and knows so much about anything you mention.
I wondered what kept you. You say he was practising for the games. So, he's a Greek?
Yes, but that does not matter, does it? We and the Greeks tolerate our different customs and religions, don't we? Why, we both have Greek names, yet our family roots are Jewish, and we observe all the Jewish feast days and worship regularly.
We live here, Eunice, so obviously things like pretty names are interchanged. But our deep faith is a different thing, and that can't be compromised. Well, you've only just met this young man. There'll be plenty of time to talk and many ways for you to follow our faith if you were to marry each other.
Oh, Mother, I have never thought of love and marriage before, but he is so good and strong and kind, just like Father was. And I can just remember Grandfather taking me on his knee and reciting the scriptures when I was very small. Mother, I love our synagogue and our faith, but most Greeks are able to marry Jews and allow them to keep their customs.
But if you had children...
But, Mother, we've only just met. My mother smiled and went back to her sewing, whilst I went into the house to prepare our evening meal. Deep down in my heart, I knew that Alexander was a wonderful man and that he would never hurt me or my family in any way. Time passed. We got to know each other better, and our families met and talked.
We can plan the wedding and incorporate the best of each culture into our ceremony so that everyone feels at ease and at home. Of course, Eunice, you'll continue to worship at the synagogue with your mother and the rest of your family, as I know that you will be happy for me to worship in my own way.
I could tolerate Alexander's many gods. I knew these gods of earth and sky or crops or fertility were really all part of my wonderful, all-embracing God, Jehovah, who was the one true God. So eventually we were married. It was the happiest day of my life, apart, of course, from the day I had first met my husband. And it wasn't long before we were awaiting our first child. Like most parents, we were looking for a name.
If it's a boy, I think Timothy would be most appropriate. If it's a girl, oh, you choose. How about that for a good compromise?
Timothy is nice, but what does it mean?
It means honoured by the gods, or valued by the gods, or revered by the gods.
Our child will certainly be valued by my God, Jehovah, and I know that you will allow me to teach him the scriptures, just as I will let him follow your Greek customs.
Mother and I discussed Jewish girls' names that meant a lot to us, and when our child was born, a beautiful boy, we called him Timothy. All went well, until he was a few days old, when Mother and I were admiring him, and she asked about his circumcision.
Have you talked to the priest yet about presenting him at the synagogue and having him circumcised? Oh, I will talk to Alex when he gets in tonight from his business.
In the pain, then wonder and beauty of those first days, I had never thought about the next step for a Jewish baby boy. Alex had been ecstatic as I was over Timothy's birth, but I had never thought to discuss this with him. The Greeks looked on Jewish circumcision as mutilation, and my heart sank as I realised this for the first time. That night, when Alexander returned home,
Alex, Mother was asking today about presenting Timothy to our priest, to say thank you for him.
That's all right, my love. We are indeed thankful for our beautiful, strong son. The gods be praised. But if you were thinking of mutilating him in the Jewish fashion, then I would object. I know you recognise me as head of the house, and he is such a strong and energetic baby. He must not be defiled in any way.
But he will never be a proper Jew unless...
He is also a Greek, my love. We have never quarrelled over religion, and I know that you are much more devout than I am, but please allow me to decide this. If, when he is older, he decides for himself that this is what he must do, well...
Oh no, Alex. It is too painful for a young man. It is now or never.
Then it will be never. I refuse to allow it. My love, you say your God is the creator of us all. Why does he create such a perfect being as our Timothy and then demand that the priests mutilate his manhood, his means of continuing the human race? It makes no sense to me.
It is our tradition, Alex, written in the Holy Scriptures. But you are his father, and I will bow to your wishes in this.
but no one prepared me for the neighbours and their gossip over the coming week. Mother was in tears when she returned from the market the next day. She had had a shock.
Greetings, Lois. How is your new grandson and his mother?
They're both well and happy, thank you. Our God be praised for such a strong and lovely child. Eunice is positively blooming.
So when will you be presenting him in the synagogue?
His father's a Greek, you know, so we won't be doing that.
But you must raise him as a Jew.
And how will he fare in the Sabbath school if he's not a true son of Abraham?
He is a true son of Abraham.
Oh, come on. You know we'll have to be circumcised for that to happen. The boy will be neither one thing nor the other. The Greeks will not accept him as a proper Greek, or the Jewish lads accept him as a proper Jew.
We live in this multicultural city, friends. The picture isn't as bad as you paint it. Alexander is a well-respected businessman. As you know, he sells corn for all the rich farmers far and wide. Corn has made Lystra so wealthy that Alexander's son will be respected too, whatever his religion. He'll be proud to be a Greek as well as a Jew.
I don't think so, Lewis. You'll see, you'll see.
Mother was so upset that she begged me to speak to Alex again. I just couldn't do that. He was quite happy for Mother and me to teach Timothy the Jewish scriptures and take him to the synagogue for worship. What more could I ask? He grew up believing in the one true God, Jehovah, not in all the numerous gods to whom the Greeks offered superstitious sacrifices on every occasion. Alexander seemed very happy with the way things were.
Timothy is a quiet and shy lad, obedient and respectful to his grandmother and to us, his parents. I do so enjoy taking him to watch all the Greek sports, although he is more studious than athletic, but he holds his own at school.
It was only much later that I learned the painful truth.
Come on, Timothy. Act like a man, even if you're not.
Leave him alone. Just because he's not a great, big-mouthed bully like you doesn't mean he's not a man.
He's not a Jewish man anyway.
How do you know?
I live near him. My mother and all the neighbours know he has a Greek father, so he hasn't been circumcised.
You don't know that for sure.
The Greek lads laugh about it as well. They strip off for their games lessons. They know he's not either a Jewish man or a Greek man.
I'm as Greek as my father.
So when have you been with him to offer sacrifice to the Greek gods or won an athletic trophy? They know you're a wimp, just as we do.
That's not fair. Come on, Tim, let's leave this bully to pick on someone else.
Why, do you think you'll get left out of all the best things at Sabbath school? You may know great chunks of scripture by heart, but the rabbis will never push you forward as a rabbi or a priest when you're not really a Jew.
Who said I wanted to be a teacher or a priest?
The way your mother and grandmother rammed the scriptures into you?
Maybe you are just jealous because you don't have a grandmother to help you learn the scriptures. You made a right fool of yourself last week over the plagues, didn't you?
Why are you sticking up for him? Wait until I tell all the other Jewish lads. We'll make your life a misery. And yours as well, you Greek Gentile. What do you know about our lot? My family are all Pharisees and proud of it. We can go back generations. We're not polluted with Gentile blood either.
My father is as good as yours.
Ha! Come on then, Timothy. Want to fight?
Don't push me too far. Okay, leave it, Tim. This is just a big bully. Not worth bothering about.
It was only recently, with me, an old lady, and Timothy, the Bishop of Ephesus, that he told me this story. But a lot more water was to pass onto the bridges before then.
In episode 1 of Timothy, Faithful Servant by Maureen Long, the narrator Eunice was played by Jeanette McCormick. Other parts were played by members of the Commission drama team. The series was produced in Commission Studios in Belfast by Colin Flanagan. Episode 2 is entitled Tragedy Strikes.